Hi everyone! Brian found two recipes on Tasty's Instagram. Lately, cooking videos have been blowing up on social media, so we decided to make cheesy rigatoni pie and roasted tomatoes. The ingredients are rigatoni, cans of crushed tomatoes, 4 eggs, olive oil, 4 tomatoes, garlic, and basil. First, Brian is cutting the top of the tomato. Then, he is scooping out the insides of the tomato. The leftover tomato will be used later because we don't like wasting food. Now the rigatoni is poured in boiling water. Oops, we dropped one. Problem solved. Now the leftover tomatoes are being cut into small pieces. Then salt is sprinkled on the tomatoes. Olive oil is poured on the pan. I gave the oil a little swirl. Now I put ground beef into the pan. The ground beef is cooked until it's brown. Finally, pour in the leftover tomatoes from last time. Crushed tomatoes are poured in. I think we put in a little too much crushed tomatoes, but luckily a lot of it got evaporated eventually. Meanwhile, Parmesan cheese is poured into the rigatoni. Garlic is poured into the pan and swirl that a bit. And now pepper is put into the pan. And some salt. Once the sauce was warm, it was poured into the rigatoni. We made sure the sauce was evenly distributed. We compressed the sauce into the rigatoni. Now it's time to cook the sausage into the pan. This will be used for the baked tomato. The sausage is stirred. We added a bit of garlic. then we heated up the rigatoni 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the sausage is put inside the tomatoes. And we added leftover sauce in the middle layer. And then we added sausage again to each tomato. And we left some space at the top because we are going to put egg. We cracked open the egg for each tomato. We put lots of mozzarella on top of the tomato. We left cheese. Then we took the rigatoni out of the oven. And then put leftover sausage on top. And also the leftover sauce. Of course, lots and lots of mozzarella cheese. Now we put the rigatoni back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Yay, the rigatoni is done. We put the tomatoes into the oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit, for 20 minutes. The tomatoes are done and lunch is served. I rate the taste of the rigatoni 8 out of 10. There wasn't much wrong with the taste, but it lacks some punch. When I did research afterwards, perhaps not enough salt was added, and the crushed tomatoes for the rigatoni needed to be simmered in a lower temperature. From my observation, tomato sauce lose their flavor when cooked for too long. I enjoy experimenting with new recipes and asking people for feedback once they try the meal. This was an interesting experience for me and Brian, and I hope to make more of these kinds of videos. Thank you so much for watching, and bon appetit!